don't know. All right, wait for let me turn this down. All right, you guys, I'm trying to fix this. Go a little lower. Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Ashley's Joys. If you're not watching this now, then I'm just gonna let this be public on my channel so that later you can watch this. So I know I said once a week I was gonna go live and do something like inspirational when it came to faith or something faith based. So I haven't done anything in a couple of weeks. Well, actually, it's been like 3 weeks, I think, because I've been so busy. And I was like, you know what? I can't keep neglecting something I promised I was going to do. So let me stay true to that. So today, on this video, I'm going to be talking about purpose and how do you follow your purpose even when everybody around you are kind of like, what are you doing? So I don't want this video to be too long, too crazy. So I'm just going to kind of get straight to the point. Um, excuse me. So the first thing I want to talk about is, what is your purpose? Your purpose is something that you feel connected to, something that you feel like God has placed in your heart for you to do. It's bigger than temporary things. It's bigger than just like, oh, I'm working at this job. It's something that is going to create an impact for everybody in your life, for the people that surround you, for your family, for your friends. Your purpose is something that is, to me, it's like almost like, for instance, I feel like I have a few purposes in life. One is to be a business owner, to help people. One is to have a family. I feel like that's a really big purpose in my life. I don't know why, but I felt that way since I was a kid. Just all those things. And so somebody's purpose might be to start an organization. Somebody's purpose may be to, create, or to have, you have usually passion for what your purpose is as well. You feel it, like you just know, like it feels right. You feel peace about it. And I want to talk about, like, what do you do when it seems like a crazy thing, or just like, for instance, when it comes, and I can only speak off experience. You're speaking to my situation right now. I'm settled on moving to Phoenix from Detroit. Woo woo. Wait, let's see. It went away. Okay, I don't know, how do I see the comments? Okay, I just seen some of what you said. I'm recording on my phone, so it literally just went away. But if I'm speaking to you, I'm happy that I am. I really wish I knew how to look back at the comments on my phone. Maybe I'll go to my YouTube right now so I can see if I can see what you said. It's not going. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna get back to or right underneath this video once it's done, to the question or to what you responded. But I think a lot of times people are afraid to step out on their purpose. They're afraid to follow that because it may be people around them telling them, like, what are you doing? Like, for instance, when it came to my YouTube, a lot of people were like, what are you doing? Like, what is that? I started my channel a few years ago, almost a few years ago. And a lot of people weren't doing YouTube. They didn't know what it was. I wasn't doing YouTube for views. I'm still not doing YouTube for views. I wasn't doing it for money. I'm still not doing it for money. I'm doing it because I feel like I have a purpose to help people. I feel like I have a calling to help guide people, to show people, like, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfection. I have so many flaws, so many problems, but I choose to trust God and to follow the things that he told me to do. And when you're walking in your purpose, you have a peace about it. Like, I'm so happy. A lot of my friends, they work these jobs, and this is not to bash anybody. I'm just speaking to people who know, like, when it comes to having a purpose of having a business, like, it's different for some it is for others, because if somebody don't understand that type of lifestyle, or don't understand, like, what it takes to do those type of things, it may come off weird to them. So I feel like a lot of times what we do is we try to give in to what other people are doing, because, oh, no, 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 don't play this song because y'all gonna get me copyrighted. No, sorry, y'all. um so yeah, a lot of times people, they try to follow what other people are doing because it seems easy to do it the way, the normal way, the traditional way, or things like that. And then you start to step off and not be in line with your purpose, and then all of a sudden things aren't working out, and you're like, okay, I hate this job, I'm unhappy, why do I feel like this? It's because if God never called you to do that, if he called you to have a bigger purpose, you have to follow that. And some people, God has called for you to work a job, to be at a 9 to 5, not because it's a 9 to 5, but because you have value that's going to add to that company. You have value that fits you. Those are the things that he calls you to do. And a lot of times we try to bash people for having different paths. Like, oh, because I want to own a business doesn't make me better than the person who's working at that 9 to 5 at all. It's just a different purpose in life. It's a different path that God set me on. So how do you ignore all of the haters or ignore all of the people who don't get it? One, you don't pay attention to it. Simple as that. If God called you to do something, you focus on what He called you to do. You focus on your purpose. You focus on the things He told you to do. There's going to always be people in your ear telling you, like, or asking you, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? But if you know in your heart is what you're supposed to be doing, and you're following that, and you're doing, and you're asking God to guide you, then everything's going to fall into place. A lot of times people ask me, well, how do you have this YouTube channel? You're not really making much money off of it. You don't work a traditional job. How do you do all this stuff and you don't get paid? How are you paying your bills? How are you eating? You know, how are you getting from place to place? How does it seems like every time I look at you, you have what you need. Simple. When you're walking in your purpose, God will provide everything that you need. You don't need to worry about that. I mean, yes, it's hard. Trust me, it is hard. But when you follow your purpose and you know that it's what you're supposed to be doing, you're happy in that, in the midst of all of that. You're happy in the midst of feeling like, okay, Lord, I need $500 this week because I have this coming up and I need you to open up doors, you know, something, you know, and He will open up the doors. You just have to really believe. I can tell you guys, it's been times where I was like stressed out, like, you know, Lord, like, okay, you told me to do this. You know, I ain't working right now, so how am I supposed to get the money to pay these bills? Like, I'm doing what you told me to do now, so, you know, rent is coming up. You know, like, how am I going to pay my rent if I'm doing this and this don't pay me? Well, I prayed. I said, Lord, I need this exact amount of money. I told Him I needed $500 by Friday, and it was like a Sunday, so a week and a couple of days. And people thought it was crazy. They were like, Ashley, how you gonna get $500 in a week and you ain't even working a job? You doing something that is free landscape type of stuff, and honestly, it seemed crazy to everybody, but I knew. I'm like, that's how it always happened though, because I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So it was getting closer and closer to the date that I said, and I'm like, okay, Lord, like it's coming around, like what's going on? Like, where's the money? You know, I'm praying for it, and I was really freaking out at this point. I never really freaked out before, but this particular time, I was freaking out. What do you know? The day of, He showed, not only did He provide what I needed, He gave me double. So I was like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on, like, where does extra come from? And it was just like, He will give you more than what you need. He will give you what you need, but you just have to trust and believe that what you're doing, if it's what He told you to do, you don't have to worry. Like, in the Bible, it talks about these things, you know. God didn't give you a spirit of fear, so what are you worrying for? Trust me, somebody who's more anxious than normal, who have more of an anxious type of personality, I have to fight against those things because I know that's not the spirit that God gave me. So even when it comes to things like your career or when it comes to your purpose, you have to, fear is going to always try to come against you. You have to fight against, like, nope, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And you will find peace in that. You'll find happiness in that, because when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, there comes this peace that nobody can take from you. I had people who was like, why are you buying, I think I told you guys, if you watched the video about me talking about my camera, which is right there, which I'm still learning how to use. Somebody said, why are you buying a camera for that much money but you don't have a car? That don't make any sense. Like, that's stupid. I think you're making the wrong decision. No. That's what they said to me. And I at first I felt like, kind of like, wow, like, not, there's no support there. But then I realized they don't get it. They really don't get it. And it's nothing against them. They truly don't get it, because their purpose is not my purpose. It doesn't align with the ways that God has me, or the path that He has me on. So how could they understand? You know, like, some people may not understand why somebody spend $5,000 on a piano. If you know that one of your purposes is to play music and to reach people through that way, if I don't play a piano, I may not understand why did you just drop $5,000 on the piano, but you struggling with rent. But they know that thing that they got was going to help propel them to the next level in which they were supposed to be, or where they're supposed to be going. So I had to kind of get to that mindset of, you know, okay, they don't understand. That's okay. They don't know the struggle that I had prior to this, and that's okay, because once again, like I said, prior to all of this, you do it because you know God is telling you to go on this path, and you're going to have peace at that. So I'm trying not to be all over the place, but following your purpose is very, very simple. It's praying about it, knowing what it is. You can't work on something you don't know what it is. Knowing what your purpose is. Finding people who are like you so that they can support you, uplift you, and you can water those seeds that you're planting for that purpose of that thing that you're supposed to be doing. Being careful to knock out all of the weeds as they come that's not supposed to be there, so that they don't stunt your growth. That's people, things, ways of thinking, all of that. and just holding true to that, holding true to that peace, holding on to that peace, and not allowing anybody to take you away from that. Because trust me, it's really easy to get lost in the world. It's really easy to start doing what everybody else is doing because it seems so easy to do it. But I'd rather be happy than be unhappy and be stressed out doing what the world wants me to do. When my purpose is bigger than that. You know, my purpose is to follow out the things that God wants me to do. So, uh, I hope that made any sense. If you have a purpose, follow it, follow the peace, pray about it, stay prayed up. The enemy is going to try to attack you as you do these things that you're supposed to be doing, but you laugh and you smile and you keep on pushing like, no, 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 all liars. All these are lies. The enemy will try to do that to you. He will try to make you feel like it's not working out, but it will. You may not see it at first, because I said this quote one time on one of my YouTube pictures. I just randomly thought of this, but it was like, you may not see every step until everything has accumulated. Keep going. So that's what I want to leave you with. You may not see every step, everything that you're doing. You may not understand like where it's falling, but if you're following the purpose God has for you, keep going. Don't give up. Don't let nobody discourage you. Keep going, because he said that's what you're supposed to be doing. And when you look back and you see all of your blessings, look at Oprah, look at all these people who fought past all of that, these successful people who pushed on because they knew their purpose was greater than what, you know, the world said it should be. They knew it was big. You know, you're talking about God. He wants you to have amazing things, magnificent, not just these little petty little things. He don't want you to be broke. He wants you to have enough money to bless yourself, to bless your family, to bless your kids, to bless the community. Like, come on. Do you really think you're supposed to be sitting there just being this little? No, you have a great purpose. So figure out what it is. Be happy with it. Run with it and fly. So that's all. I don't know where this music is playing from. Okay, there we go. That's really all I have to say. If you guys have any specific questions, comment below this video once I end the live, because I'm not quite sure how to work the comments while it's on live. I really don't know. I need to figure it out, because that's really something I should have probably learned how to do. I'm going to be honest with you. But if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. And good luck on your purpose, and don't give up. Love y'all. Okay, I always figure out how to end this, so bear with me.